Hello everyone, welcome back to USA Insider. Today, I will tell you about the weapon that Germany used in World War II. So, let's go. For 6 grueling years, the machines and men of Nazi Germany rewrote the rules of war. From the lightning-fast mechanized thrusts of the Blitzkrieg to the deadly shadow hunts beneath the Atlantic waves, German engineers and designers consistently pushed the envelope of military technology. While many of their designs were ultimately overwhelmed by the sheer industrial might of the Allies, the weapons they introduced, the jet fighter, the guided missile, the devastatingly effective tank, left an indelible mark on military history. Here is a look at 10 of the most iconic and consequential German weapons of World War II, a catalog of steel, innovation, and terror that changed warfare forever. Number 1. The King of the Battlefield, Panzerkampfwagen 6 Ausf B Tiger II, Königstiger. Type: heavy tank. Significance: the pinnacle of German tank design in the war, combining near-impenetrable armor with the most potent tank gun fielded by any nation. Description: the Tiger II, or King Tiger, was a direct answer to the growing firepower of Soviet tanks like the T-34 and IS-2. Weighing in at nearly 70 metric tons, its frontal armor was sloped and up to 180 millimeters thick, making it impervious to virtually all Allied anti-tank guns at standard combat ranges. Its main armament was the formidable 8.8-centimeter KWK-43 L-71 gun. This high-velocity weapon could penetrate the armor of any Allied tank, often at distances well over 2,000 meters, allowing the King Tiger to destroy its opponents before they could even get close enough to return effective fire. While it was a technological marvel, its immense weight and complex engineering led to poor mobility, frequent mechanical breakdowns, and an agonizingly slow rate of production, limiting its impact despite its individual combat prowess. Number 2. The Vengeance Weapon, V2 Rocket, Vergeltungswaffe 2. Type: long-range ballistic missile. Significance: the world's first true long-range ballistic missile and the direct ancestor of all modern space launch vehicles and ICBMs. Developed in secrecy by a team led by Werner Braun at Peenemünde, the V2 was revolutionary. It was a single-stage, liquid-fueled rocket using liquid oxygen and alcohol that traveled at hypersonic speeds, reaching the edge of space before plunging down onto its target. Crucially, it flew too high and too fast to be intercepted by any contemporary fighter aircraft or anti-aircraft weapon. Used primarily against London and Antwerp, the V2 was not accurate enough to target military objectives and served purely as a terror weapon, designed to break Allied civilian morale. The technology captured by both the US and the Soviet Union after the war became the foundation for their respective space and missile programs, highlighting the V2's profound post-war impact. Number 3. The Lightning Strike Fighter, Messerschmitt Me-262, Schwalbe, Swallow. Type: jet fighter/fighter bomber. Significance: the world's first operational turbojet-powered fighter aircraft, ushering in the age of jet aviation. When the Me-262 entered service in 1944, it was leagues ahead of any Allied piston-engine fighter. Its twin Jumo 004 axial flow turbojet engines allowed it to reach speeds approaching 560 miles per hour, or 900 kilometers per hour, making it about 100 to 150 miles per hour faster than the best Allied planes like the P-51 Mustang. Armed with 4 deadly 30mm Mk-108 cannons, it was a devastating interceptor. Allied pilots often described the experience of being attacked by an Me-262 as being shot by something you couldn't catch. However, chronic engine reliability issues, fuel shortages, and Hitler's disastrous decision to prioritize its use as a bomber rather than a fighter limited its numbers and overall effectiveness against the overwhelming Allied air superiority. Number 4. The Shadow Hunter, Type VII U-Boat, Unterseeboot. Type: medium-sized attack submarine. Significance: the workhorse of the German U-boat fleet during the Battle of the Atlantic, sinking millions of tons of Allied shipping. Description: over 700 Type VII U-boats were built, more than any other submarine design in history. Its robust design, range, and armament of 5 torpedo tubes, 4 bow, 1 stern, made it the primary weapon of Admiral Donitz's Wolf Pack strategy. These packs would coordinate submerged attacks on Allied convoys, famously bringing Britain to the brink of starvation and forcing the Allies to pour massive resources into anti-submarine warfare, or ASW. While the U-boats dominated the early years of the war, the Allies eventually developed effective countermeasures, including air cover, radar or sonar, ASTIC, and long-range aircraft that turned the tide, leading to devastating losses for the U-boat crews, who suffered the highest casualty rate of any German branch of service. Number 5. The General Purpose Machine Gun, Maschinengewehr 42, MG42. Type: General Purpose Machine Gun, GPMG. Significance: a revolutionary GPMG design known for its phenomenal rate of fire and ease of manufacture, influencing post-war weapons design globally. Description: nicknamed Hitler's Buzzsaw by Allied troops for its distinctive, high-pitched cyclic firing sound, the MG42 had an incredible rate of fire of up to 1,200 rounds per minute. Some variants reached 1,500 rounds per minute, essentially pouring a continuous stream of 7.92 mm rounds downrange. This rate of fire provided unparalleled suppressive power on the battlefield. It was designed for simplicity and mass production, utilizing stamped metal parts instead of the complex machined parts of its predecessor, the MG-34, a critical necessity as the war dragged on. It could be tripod-mounted for sustained fire as a heavy machine gun, or carried on a bipod for infantry support as a light machine gun, making it the ultimate multi-role squad weapon. Number 6. The Hand of Fate, STG-44, Sturmgewehr 44. Type: assault rifle. Significance: the world's first production series assault rifle, defining a completely new class of infantry weapon. Sturmgewehr literally means assault rifle, a term coined by Hitler himself. The STG-44 bridged the gap between the long-range, powerful but slow-firing rifle, like the Kar-98K, and the short-range, automatic-fire submachine gun, like the MP-40. It achieved this by using the intermediate 7.92 by 33 mm Kurz cartridge, which was less powerful than the standard rifle round, but allowed for controllable fully automatic fire up to 300 meters. This gave the German soldier effective sustained firepower in the short to medium ranges where most infantry combat actually took place. The concept was so successful that it became the foundation for virtually every post-war military rifle, most notably the Soviet AK-47. Number 7. The Flak Cannon, 8.8 cm Flak 36, 37, 41. Type: dual-purpose anti-aircraft, anti-tank artillery. Significance: one of the most feared weapons of the war, initially designed to shoot down planes but proving devastatingly effective against tanks. The 8.8 was initially conceived as a heavy anti-aircraft gun, Fliegerabwehrkanone. However, its high muzzle velocity and robust carriage made it an outstanding weapon when fired horizontally. During the 1940 Battle of France and later in North Africa, the 8.8-centimeter gun was frequently employed in an anti-tank role, where its shells could penetrate the armor of any Allied tank then in service, often at ranges beyond the reach of the tank's own guns. It served as the basis for the main gun on both the formidable Tiger I and Tiger II tanks, solidifying its reputation as a battlefield legend.
Number 8. The Infantry Workhorse, Garman 98K, Car 98K. Type: Bolt-Action Service Rifle. Significance: the standard-issue rifle of the German Wehrmacht throughout the war, representing the classic infantry weapon. Description: a dependable, highly accurate, and robust 5-round internal magazine rifle, the Car 98K was the continuation of a long line of successful Mauser designs. Though conceptually dating back to the late 19th century, its reliability and effective range of over 500 meters ensured its place as the primary weapon carried by the majority of German soldiers on every front. Its sturdy construction meant it could withstand the brutal conditions of the Eastern Front and North Africa. It was also used as a sniper rifle with the addition of optical scopes, serving as the essential bedrock of German small arms until late-war designs like the STG-44 slowly began to replace it. Number 9. The Jagdpanzer, SDKF-173. Type: Heavy Tank Destroyer, Jagdpanzer. Significance: considered one of the best tank destroyers of the war, blending the firepower of the Tiger II with the superior chassis of the Panther tank. The Jagdpanzer, Hunting Panther, was based on the successful Panther tank chassis, providing a good balance of mobility and protection. Unlike a tank, it had no turret. Its main gun, the same powerful 8.8-centimeter KWK-43 L-71 found in the King Tiger, was mounted in a fixed casemate. This allowed for a lower profile, increased armor thickness for the same weight, and simpler production. Its combination of speed, sloped armor inherited from the Panther, and the devastating 88-millimeter gun made it a formidable defensive weapon. Its crews could often engage and destroy multiple Allied tanks before being detected or suffering a casualty themselves. Number 10. The Buzz Bomb, V-1 Flying Bomb, Fieseler FIE-103. Type: Cruise Missile, Pulse Jet Powered. Significance: the world's first operational cruise missile, serving as a lower-cost precursor to the V-2. Preceding the V-2 was the V-1, or Doodlebug, to the British. It was an unmanned, jet-propelled aircraft utilizing a simple but distinctive-sounding Argus pulse-jet engine. Launched from ramp sites in northern France, it carried a massive warhead toward London and other targets. Unlike the V-2, its flight path was predictable, and its speed, around 400 miles per hour, meant it could be intercepted by fighter pilots or shot down by massed anti-aircraft guns. The distinct noise of its engine cutting out as it plunged to Earth gave people a brief, terrifying moment to brace before the explosion. Though less technologically complex than the V-2, it was far cheaper and deployed in much larger numbers, causing extensive damage and casualties.